Hello students, today we will learn your topic chance and probability. This is the topic of your chapter number 5 data handling. Firstly we will know what is probability. So let's discuss about probability. Probability is defined as the numerical method of measuring uncertainty involved in any situations. Means probability is numerical method of measuring uncertainty involved in any situation. Means probability is the chance of occurring any possibility outcomes. Firstly we will discuss probability of tossing a coin. What is the probability of tossing a coin? Means when we toss a coin, what is the probability of that coin? Suppose we toss a coin and let it fall flat on the ground. We are tossing a coin and it will fall flat on the ground. Its upper face will show either head or tail. Means when we throw a coin, it will fall flat on the ground. Its upper face will show either head or tail. We will denote head with H and tail with T. Whatever comes up is called an outcomes. Means head or tail are called outcome. Possible outcomes are head and tail. Means if we are tossing one coin, then there are only two outcomes, that is head and tail. Means there will be only two cases, either head will comes up or tail will come up. For example, write down the possible outcomes of throwing a coin. And the solution is, suppose we are throwing a coin, there are two possible outcomes. Means if we are throwing a coin, there are mainly two possible outcomes, that are head and the other one is tail. Means the sample space is H and T. H means head and T represents tail. So total possible outcomes are two, that are head and tail. And the second one is throwing a dice. Means now we will find the probability of throwing a dice. Means we have any dice, we will throw that dice, and what are the possible outcomes of that dice. A dice is solid cube having 6 faces. A dice is a solid cube shaped, and it has 6 faces. So that are marked as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 respectively. Means on all the sides one number will be marked. Suppose we throw a die and let it fall flat on the ground. Means you are throwing a die, it will fall flat on the ground. Its upper face will show one of the numbers. Means when we throw a die, then its upper face will show one of the numbers from these numbers, that are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Means there will be any number from these numbers on the upper face of that die. The act of tossing coin or throwing dice is called an experiment. Means when we are trying to toss any coin or throw any die, that is called experiment. Whatever comes up is called an outcome. Means the number or the face which will be on its upper face, that is outcome. For example, write down the possible outcomes of throwing a dice. Means now we want to write the possible outcomes of throwing a dice. We are throwing a dice and now we will find its possible outcomes. And the solution is, a dice has 6 faces. As we know, a dice has 6 faces that are named with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Means if a die has 6 faces, then that faces are named with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the possible outcomes are 6. Means there are 6 faces, so the possible outcomes are also 6, that are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and we will write its sample space in curly brackets, that is must. Now we will discuss about trial. Means what is trial? By a trial we mean performing a random experiment. Means if we are performing any random experiment, that is called trial. Means we are just try anything. Probability of occurrence of an event is probability of occurrence of any event is probability of occurrence of an event is equal to number of trials in which event occurred upon total number of trials. Means if you are throwing a dice, then total number of trials are that how many times you are trying to throw a die. Suppose you are throwing a die 10 times, so total number of trials are 10, and you want to find the number 1 on the upper face. So how many times the 1 will come on upper face, that is number of trials in which event occurred. Event occurred means we want to that 1 will be on the upper face. Suppose 1 occurs 5 times, so number of trials in which event occur, that is 5, and total number of trials are 5 upon 10, so 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10. Remember, probability lies between 0 and 1. Probability lies between 0 and 1.